welcome to our married talk show on GACEM TV, 24th Century Wives and Singles with Desola. Hello everyone, you're welcome to our married talk show on GACEM TV, 24th Century Wives and Singles with Desola. In case you are just joining us and you are yet to subscribe to GACEM TV, ensure you do so now and like us on all our social media handles, 24th Century Wives and Singles with Desola. I know that you watched our first episode, and I know that we've had a lot of wonderful testimony. And today we are going to the second episode, and I would love you to meet my guests, Mr. and Mrs. Moses Akinkunmi. Sazama, you are welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for honoring our invitation.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Today we'll be looking at a wonderful topic. I want us to be straightforward and faithful so that other people, we can have more testimony. And the topic here with me is, how do you express anger to your spouse? You know, when things happen at home, how do we express it? Okay, sir, when you are angry, have you ever thought of slapping your wife?
Yes, I would have thought of that when I was drinking and smoking in those days. I smoked 24 years, drink alcohol for 40 years. So during those periods, I would have thought of doing so. But now that I'm living as a changed man, it never crossed my mind when I'm angry.
That you actually smoked for 25 years and drink for 40 years.
Yes.
Mommy, and you've been married. Were you not aware that maybe you drink, or do you like men that drink? So how were you able to even step into that marriage?
He has even been drinking before we married.
Yes.
He has been drinking. Then when we know, I too am just a nominal Christian then.
Okay.
The Christianity was not so deep. So we got married. So he continued drinking and smoking, but later God stepped in, because when we got married, though the way he expresses his anger is that he talks.
Okay.
He talks. Why, if I'm hungry, okay, I'll always keep quiet. Though I'll be boiling inside, but I'll keep quiet. I'll keep moving, because as he's talking, if I'm talking, I know something else can happen. I'll keep quiet. Then later on, we solve the.
Mommy, you didn't try to get me. Like ladies of nowadays. Okay, you say you're a nominal Christian.
Yeah.
Somebody smokes and drinks, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And he has never thought of slapping you. Maybe when he's intoxicated with his alcohol. And there be any time he broke something, Daddy?
Yes, I can remember there was a time where I was drunk.
Okay.
And I got home and I was provoked.
Yeah.
So I just carried a flower flask and smashed it.
Wow. Hope Mommy was not there.
She was there. And that was the only day.
Wow.
Even though, because normally when I get drunk, I just go and sleep somewhere.
Okay.
And before I met her, I may not come home 2 days, 3 days.
You'll be drinking?
I'll be hanging with friends.
Wow.
And they also come to my house too. So our mommy used to accommodate all of us.
She? Okay, your mother.
My mother.
Okay, but when you now marry, those things change.
It didn't change immediately.
Okay, so mommy still, your wife, you mean she do accommodate your...
She does.
For 3 days, they will be in your accommodation?
No. Okay. When I got married, I don't leave home again.
Okay,
so
you do it inside?
And those friends, they don't come round again.
Okay, all right. So mommy must have been a virtuous woman. Thank you. And how did the change suddenly happen? We are learning. We want to learn, so that probably there are some people passing through the same thing in their mind and thinking that God cannot change their husband or something cannot happen. If it can happen, 40 years of drinking alcohol and 25 years of smoking cigarettes. Wow. Man, okay.
I will say God did it in a wonderful, in a miraculous way, because then, though both of us were not very serious as a Christian, though he is too saying Christian, me I'm a Christian, nominal one, but when you get into marriage and you, as a woman, and you look at the way things are going, you know that you have to get serious with some things, because you know the way you are heading to with the marriage, it might lead to where you don't even expect. So I had to, then I joined a Pentecostal church there very nearby to our house. Then when I started going, I came in contact with the pastor. We talked together. The pastor drew me nearer. He asked me many questions. From there, he asked my husband. I told him this is what is going on. He doesn't even have a stable job. He drinks and he smokes. So there, he said, what we should be doing is that we should start interceding. Anytime he goes there, he call me after service, we pray for him too, like that. And there was an occasion, then I got pregnant, my second pregnancy. So when I gave birth, we were doing the naming ceremony. The pastor came, all of them, they came from my church, and they were all going to the church now. So he just sat down when we were even doing the naming ceremony. Okay. So as the pastor preached, so the glory of God, he gave his life that day. And you can tell you that since then he has even now moved closer to the pastor, even more than I do. Okay. We always go there, we always talk together there. The pastor, encourages him, and from there,
that's how daddy become a changed person, and not just change alone, to become a man of God. Wow.
The change was miraculous.
Wow.
I think like Apostle Paul, my salvation came like that.
Wow.
And I didn't even know that something happened in my life until there was a discussion on the national paper concerning Baba Deboye, Pastor Kumoyi, and TB Joshua. They were talking about what is a miracle. Exactly my life is what Baba Kumoyi used to define miracle. That if a man was a drunkard yesterday, a smoker, and today those two things disappear, because those two things left my life the same day, and I did not struggle with it. And since that day, I don't even know whether they still produce Gouda or not. When I'm talking about drinking, my own is unusual. I can drink 2 cartons of Gouda.
Wow.
It's not a go-go.
2 cartons.
And a seed, and we even add some bottle of whiskey.
With some pepper soup or
anything.
Wow.
And I don't smoke ordinary cigarette. I'm talking about Marlboro in those days.
Marlboro.
Yeah, tobacco. For 24.
All those marijuana.
No, I
you don't take marijuana.
Maybe I touched marijuana once.
Wow, that you tried. Oh, glory
and for God to take that one day. The change was miraculous.
Wow, thank God, and thank you for power of prayer, and that thank God that God gave you your own.
So I never thought of touching my wife.
Thank God. Okay, that's just a little digression. Talking about anger management in marriage, and this episode, expression of anger towards one spouse. And Daddy has really dealt with number 1 question, and right now I'll be asking Mommy the second question. That has there been time that Daddy comes back from office and transfer of aggression due to the workload, or transfer of aggression, just to put that?
It happens maybe sometimes when he comes home, maybe we prepare a food that he doesn't like and he expect us to call him. And the reason sometimes I do take that decision is that maybe he's in the office, you know, he's always busy, he's in charge of so many things in the office. So sometimes when I call, when the phone rang, they say, why are you disturbing me? Why are you disturbing me? You know, I'm busy. Because of that, I sometimes just take the decision that, okay, I'm going to cook what I feel that. And when he gets home, he say, what did you cook? I say, why do you have to cook this? Don't you know that you don't call me? You don't say. I say, when we call you, you say you are calling that we are disturbing you. You say, then he now made a decision that I should just text. Okay, so then, since then, there's no more agreement. I have to text. Okay. I don't talk again. I don't ask because when I ask him, he say, why are you disturbing me? Why are you?
I hope Daddy don't like pounded yam. That even if he comes back around 12 midnight, he still wants you to pound that pounded yam.
He eats pounded yam, but not it's not
so serious.
So serious like that.
All right, thank you, ma. And the next question, because anybody can talk that, handle that. Now you've been married for over 20 years now. Are there times that you have disagreement and outsider has to come in to settle it?
No, not at all.
Not at all, even while you are still in that other side?
Actually, before I got married, I made up my mind that nobody will come between me and my wife. And you know that I got married as a mature bachelor.
Wow. What was that?
That is, I was nearly 40 years before I got married.
Wow.
So I ensure that if there is any disagreement, nobody, even my family try sometimes, apart from disagreement, to come between. Say no, you can't come between me and my wife. So and we have always been resolving our matters between ourselves.
Wow. Mommy, anything? Yeah. That's okay. Thank you, sir. So, do you agree with spouses that beat their wife?
I can never.
You can never?
I can never. Even not only beating. When you manhandle a female person, I will disagree. Because they are weak vessel. So they have to be treated gently. There are some female, if you scream, I remember a lady, she came to my office on a bad day. She was so familiar with me, and I was yelling at her. This lady, she was shocked, and she stood still crying. I said, why are you crying? She said, the way you yell at me, I said, I'm sorry. So I have to draw her. So you can see they are very fragile. Very fragile, physically, emotionally. So people that beat their wife, they are not supposed to be human beings.
Wow.
They shouldn't. They are animals. They shouldn't. It's not right. And I thank God that the government is living to expectation in that area. They are protecting women against all these abuses. I have daughters, 3 daughters, so I will. If any man treat them anyhow, they will see fire. I'm telling you, I will not condone it in any form. Nobody.
Well, that's the side of it. We have some women beating their husband. Mommy.
Yes, it happens. It's happening now.
It's happening now. Because we now see some women, they say they want to form a masculine carrying weight. Yes, one of them. There's a lady that is even if you see the physics, she's just like a man. And that this kind of a person, I know that if any man talk no, she's ready to beat that man. I'm telling you.
It's true. Some are even learning karate and not judo and all that.
You mean the woman?
Yes. And because
the man is in trouble.
Because of this societal changes. So women too they are not relying on government before they
they take their
Yes.
You wanted to say something?
Actually, both sides should not engage in such
physical.
Wow. We thank God for today's program. It's a wonderful time with Mr. and Mrs. Moses Akekume. Daddy said something. He said he was a mature bachelor before he gets married. To that effect, we will be bringing out a controversial topic. That is, when it is best age to get married and how age can affect productivity in marriage. Thank you. Stay tuned till I come your way next time. Oyewumi at Desola Esther. Bye. Thank you for watching my program. I am your sister, your friend. Ensure you put your comments and testimony and tell us where we need to improve. God bless you.